it up. It's The Record Machine with your host, Jimmy Howell.
When the lights go out, I see you, and you're a million miles away. The whiskey burns me, I feel you. I feel you deep inside my bones. In one more sunrise, I'm gonna taste your lips. Oh, you're sweeter than whiskey. When you tell me you miss me, yeah. And baby, you're mine tonight. You're sweeter than whiskey. Go ahead and kiss me. I'm drunk on your love, so go and kiss me. And all those lonesome nights won't mean a thing. You're sweeter than whiskey. Yeah, you're sweeter than whiskey. Yeah. When the music's over, I hear you. Baby, I heard you all alone. You're calling out my name from far away. You're calling out my name. I can feel it in my spine. In one more sunrise, I'm gonna taste your lips. Oh, you're sweeter than whiskey. When you tell me you miss me, yeah. And baby, you're mine tonight. You're sweeter than whiskey. Go ahead and kiss me. I'm drunk on your love, so go and kiss me. And all those lonesome nights won't mean a thing. You're sweeter than whiskey. In one more sunrise, I'm gonna taste your lips. Oh, you're sweeter than whiskey. When you tell me you miss me, yeah. And baby, you're mine tonight. And baby, you're mine. Yeah, you're sweeter than whiskey. Go ahead and kiss me. I'm drunk on your love, so go and kiss me. And all those lonesome nights won't mean a thing. You're sweeter than whiskey. You're sweeter than whiskey.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome singer-songwriter Scott Bartlett. How you doing, Scott?
Good, dude. How are you?
Pretty good. Where are you calling from?
I am en route to Nashville to record for Saving Abel, and I stopped. I've been doing this intermittent fasting thing, right?
Okay.
And I stopped like 60 miles into the drive because I just felt like I was starving. And I was like, I'm going to drive off the damn road if I stop. So I stopped and I literally, I was like, you know what? I'm in no rush. I've got some friends that are there now, but I don't record till Wednesday.
Oh,
I was like, man, I'm tired. So I just got like a roadside hotel and just took like a 3-hour nap in the middle of the day.
Wow. Where are you from?
I grew up in Baltimore, but I call Memphis, Tennessee home.
Oh, okay. So do you go back and forth a lot, or?
No, I don't. I left when I was 18 to go to college. And that was
Okay.
96. I stayed in Memphis after I went to college down there.
Very cool. Tell me about your musical background. When did you start playing and singing?
I sang all my life. I remember being in like Glee Club in 4th and 5th grade. And I stayed in that through middle school. And then I got bit by the acting bug. So I did like 12 major theatrical productions in high school.
Wow.
And somewhere along the way in there, I joined a group that was an a cappella quartet. I went to like an all-guys private prep school with a coat and tie, everything. And I remember, let's see, in 8th grade, I was the lead singer for the Gilman Guitar Club. The school was called Gilman, Gilman.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember like watching these guys play, and I was singing, I was having a good time, but I was like, man, I gotta try that guitar out, you know? So I picked one up and I learned a few chords, and then I got lessons, and then somewhere along the way I found the Allman Brothers Band, and it all made itself clear to me that I had to spend 6 to 7 hours a day, not 1 to 2. Then I moved down to Memphis, Tennessee to go to Rhodes College, to a small liberal arts school, but I knew it was where I wanted to be. I wanted to be in Memphis, where the blues was. Ended up graduating with a degree in classical guitar performance and composition, and I minored in finance.
Nice.
That sort of led me to, I've just been in bands my whole life. And it led me to studio work. I owned a PA company down here. I played guitar 7 nights a week in Memphis for 4 hours a night. And then I was also teaching lessons at the Baptist church.
Nice.
And then one of my recording sessions ended up to be Jared and Jason, who are the other co-founders of the group. And they, I was hired to rock up the sound. It was like an acoustic duet called Shades of Grace. And the producer, Skid Mills, who I'm going to work with now, was like, man, you know, if we got another guitar player, like, because Jason wasn't really good at like the lead thing, like the solos and stuff, but he wrote killer grooves. So they tried a few people out. I got the phone call. I nailed it. I was actually going to move back to Baltimore. I was kind of done with the music business. I was about 25 years old, 26 years old. And I went to get paid. And famously, Jared was there. And he was like, man, do you want to be in a band, dude? Them licks are cold-blooded. And I was like, firstly, where the hell are you from? That accent is nothing like, I had to adapt to what it sounded like in Memphis because I was from Baltimore. But Corinth, Mississippi is something entirely different. They all sound like Boomhauer down there. And I ended up taking home the masters. I played them for my girlfriend, and she was like, I mean, that sounds like radio. She's like, that's what you need to be doing. She's like, listen to your guitar solo. And I played her Drowning. And she was like, I mean, that's you on lead. She's like, you sound like Slash. She's like, who produced that? And I told her about it. And she was like, you need to. And I made some calls, ended up rolling the dice. That was about 2005. Haven't looked back since. But I've done various solo missions when I have time to deviate from Abel. And that's what I think this push is my Scott Bartlett, Sweeter Than Whiskey.
This podcast is going to feature one of your tracks, Sweeter Than Whiskey. What's the story behind that song? That's
literally about missing your chick. Being on, like, I'm probably going to shoot a video for it. That's, you know, lately you don't hear songs that are heartfelt like that anymore. And I wanted to write one for my girlfriend at the time, for like to give her something for Christmas, because she'd never had a song written about her before. And we both like whiskey. And I was just trying to think of something that played off that. And I was like, sweeter than whiskey. That's got a ring to it. When you tell me you miss me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, holy shit, there we are. Sorry, I don't know if I can say that. But
You could say whatever you want, brother.
fuck, shit, damn. Awesome.
Yep. So are you currently working on a full-length CD? And if you are, when can we expect it?
Well, I think that, quite honestly, I've already got it. I've got the content because I have a full EP that's already out on iTunes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's called Scott Bartlett's Front Porch, Tales from the Road.
Okay.
You can find that on YouTube. And that's got like 5 tunes on it. Got one that I cut, actually, it's a cool story. I cut it on the original lathe, straight to analog, that's sitting on the dock of the bay was recorded on.
Wow.
Because that was cut in Memphis.
Very cool.
And I hired the Memphis horns. I had the blockades. There were 14 musicians in the room at the same time.
Now, you said you're going into the studio on Wednesday to cut some Save and Abel stuff. When can we expect that out?
Well, we're going to have to... We're not fighting, because bands never fight, right? We have a difference in opinion on what the single's going to be. I think we might know now, though. And it's already tracked. It needs a few guitar fireworks, which I'm going to go do. But I don't know when we're going to release it. That's a strategy thing.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. You have a few business ventures, a recording studio and also a clothing line. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I started a clothing line a few years back based on all my tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
It was called TATCO. It's an acronym. And we got into it with the business partners. There was some money stuff. I couldn't explain where it went. And whenever that happens, I'm like, yeah, we're done. And I renamed it SB Creations. Like I let the LLC lapse, and then I renamed it just SB Creations. And it's my company. It's all based on my tattoos on my clothes. And you can find that at thesbcreations.com.
Very cool.
The studio, my best friend in the world, Elliot Ives, plays guitar for Justin Timberlake. Not a bad gig, but...
Nope.
And he hit me up, and he was like, man, we've always wanted to go into business together. I've been asked to buy Young Avenue Sound. I want you to come with it. Here's the buy-in. And I was like, let's do it. So we bought it. It's the only one of its kind. It's an Airbnb/recording studio.
So they have a place to crash when they're not in the studio?
Possibly. We're still working on a business model, but that makes sense.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Get a nice little studio apartment or 1-bedroom apartment with a full bar in there and place to crash.
And it's constantly a work in progress. We just finished decking it out with furniture, but it's actually me and 3 friends that own it, and we're putting the pedal to the metal, as it were. We're trying to get it done for Memphis in May, which is a big rock festival, so we can lease it out, rent it out for that, charge 6 times what it's worth, because that's what people do when Memphis in May comes around.
Now, you have any bands lining up to record any stuff there?
No, because the studio itself is under renovation.
Uh-huh.
We're turning Studio B into a Airbnb also. But we're putting Studio B inside of Studio A. So we're like building walls, and it's going to be probably at bumps. I mean, they're still doing some like midnight sessions in there with like hip hop guys, but we don't have anything active for 10-hour days, and because we're construction renovating.
I read somewhere that in 2017 you suffered a near fatal cardiac event, which resulted in a pacemaker. Since then, you've launched a charity called Rock and Roll Hearts. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, when I started fainting, and we couldn't figure out why, and it led me down this wormhole, and we found out that my heart was very weak and don't know why. It's called idiopathic cardiomyopathy, which is a weakening of the left ventricle of your heart. Idiopathic means, in medical terms, we don't know why this happened to you. Hence the Latin idiot. So we put the pacemaker in as a fail-safe, sort of a just-in-case deal, and it saved my life. And then since then, I've had an operation, and they've ablated the spot, and my heart is now normal.
That's good news.
Yeah, but it got pretty close for me, and it was definitely scary. And I wrote a song about that called This Old Heart of Mine, which is for sick kids Because, you could make the argument that I probably lived too hard for too long. That did it to my heart. Kids are innocent, so that's for the kids. And that's still a work in progress, too, because there's so much red tape around helping kids. When you walk in there to the hospital looking like I do, the walls go up. And people are like, I don't want you around my kid, I'm like, I've been there. I just want to sing them this song, But I look sort of like a vagrant, so we're working on that one, too.
Wow. Now, after suffering an event like that, do you make adjustments to your diet and your lifestyle?
I mean, I'm getting older. So like I said, I did the intermittent fasting thing. And I try not to stress quite as much, but life has a way of doing that to you. So, I mean, it's been a pretty modest adjustment, but all my friends say, you are a different person. You're a lot more calm.
Well, that's good. Do you have any shows lined up that you want to talk about?
Yeah, I've got a tour. You can see my tour dates with the Mad Souls. That's an acoustic duet that I do, along with Joey Carr of America's Got Talent. This is my first time to do it with him. I used to do it with Chris Johnson, who was on American Idol in season 17, I think. But he wasn't able to do it this time around. Rather than cancel the dates, I brought Joey on. We're bringing Joey along. We start in Ardmore, Oklahoma on the 4th or 5th of May. And then we finish in Chicago, Illinois on like the 21st. And then I go straight to rehearsals with Abel, and we go out for a month. So I'm not going to see my house for like 2 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's the price you pay for being a musician, right?
I mean, that's the way we make money anymore is touring.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
I mean, and those songs cost money to record and put out. So... And it costs money to push them at radio. I mean, it's expensive, but when you love what you do, you find a way.
Yep. You've shared the stage with bands like Trap, Saliva, Tantric, Drowning Pool, Puddle of Mud, Fuel. What's that like?
They're all my friends, man. So it's like any weird social anxiety of playing with rock stars is kind of gone for me. And I met Slash once. That was kind of wild. But yeah, I think of rock stars as people, I mean, they'll call me if they're coming through Memphis or, hey man, where we can get good barbecue, and I'll take them around. So it's cool. I mean, it's just, I like package tours because you get to be really close with people. Somebody once told me it's like doing like the Oregon Trail or something. It's like you see each other every day. You watch people go through fights with their family. You console them afterwards at catering, and you're best friends for 10 weeks, and then you don't see each other for 10 years.
Yeah. What is it about music that makes you feel passionate?
I'll always go for goosebumps. To me, that can happen with the right vocal harmony, the right lyric. A lot of times it's guitar solos, because that's kind of my thing.
Very
like
cool.
There's the end of Sweeter Than Whiskey. I'm doing this guitar thing. It's playing off the vocal. It's real high up on the neck, but it's just passionate. It gives me goosebumps every time.
What are your interests outside music?
I like to lift weights. I'm a cook. I've been published, so I like to cook. I just bought remodeling my home too. I just bought a 6-burner gas stove. I'm really excited to get used to get working. That's another thing I've been talking. There's a grocery store in the Midwest called Hy-Vee, Hyvee, that they're expanding, and we're in talks of me being the face of their expansion. And they just think that I'm an interesting person because I've got my hands in a lot of pies, and my upbringing is interesting to them. And so we're talking. We haven't inked a deal yet or anything, but, I told them we should do a segment of we cooking, with their ingredients.
That would be really cool.
It would be really cool, right? And I mean, as you can see, I stay pretty busy.
Yeah. Any chance we'll ever see you on Chopped?
Yeah. I told my publicist that I'm very interested in getting back into acting. And if it's got to be through a cooking show, I'm down.
That would be pretty cool. They could have like guys from rock bands.
I mean, they absolutely could, because we all cook. I mean, Barry from Shinedown, he and I talked. He actually went to culinary school. But we talk about like ingredients and what we're making, and he's like, "Yeah, I put a strawberry reduction." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "I'm talking about a steak with horseradish cream sauce,
Yeah, or maybe you could beat Bobby Flay.
I mean, stranger things have happened.
You got to talk to your manager and set that up, man. Get in touch with that Food Network. You could be on Chopped.
Yeah, it's kind of been discussed. But right now, Abel is definitely like the priority.
Uh-huh.
That's where it gets tough. It's like really hard to, because my solo thing is doing well, but that could be more of a detriment than a blessing if I'm not careful. Because there's only so many hours in the day, and like my guys are proud of me. Like Abel's like, dude, you're always up to something. It's great. It's good for the brand. You know, but just make sure that you're available when we need you to be, because this has to be number one. And I agree, because without the name Saving Abel, I'm just Scott Bartlett, which is cool. But Scott Bartlett of Saving Abel is kind of how I dove into all these side ventures.
Right. Do you have a website?
Yeah, thesvcreations.com and Facebook and all that, and Instagram. And I'm working on getting better at that.
Is there anything that you'd like to mention that we didn't talk about today?
Man, I think we hit on everything. I definitely want people to get to Sweeter Than Whiskey, and to feel free to hit my Facebook or Instagram up and send me a message. Let me know what you think.
Awesome. Well, Scott, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show today and chatting with me. I really appreciate it.
You're definitely good at what you do. You ask the right questions.
Well, I appreciate that, brother. I'm looking forward to hearing the new Abel and some more of your solo stuff as well.
Awesome, man. It's all happening.
Very cool.
On my timeline, which I'm proud for.
And I'll be looking for you on Chopped as well.
All right, that sounds good, James.
All right, you take care, brother, and go get something to eat, all right?
Yes, sir. I'll see you.
All right, take care, brother. Bye-bye.
Well, this old heart of mine, he ain't worth too much. He gets me around, yeah, it's barely enough. Well, this old heart of mine, no, it just ain't easy when I'm barely breathing. He's barely beating this old heart of mine. He beats on and on. He beats on for you. Still takes me back to you, back to you, back to you. Will this old soul of mine, he's been lost before. When all the cards were down, I still wanted more. This old soul of mine, oh yeah, he's been stolen. Been broken, ripped wide open. This old heart of mine, he beats on and on. He beats on for you, yeah. Oh yeah, this old heart of mine, he's seen some good times coming. Cause I've seen it all go down. This old well's just spinning round and round and round and round and round. I've seen it all a time or two. Yeah, the road still takes me back to you, back to you, back to you. hands of mine and foolish pride of mine get the best of me every time. But this old heart of mine and all that he's been through always gonna beat on for you. Takes me back to you.